Hey YouTube, it is me, Turkish Delight, at least according to the latest Nintendo Direct. So we are looking at Stego versus Croc, whether or not I can prove my hypothesis that Stegos should not be fought on land by Crocs, should instead be fought in the water. So initially what we did is that we tested the amount of damage a headshot does to a Stego, and the amount of damage that a tail swing does to a Deino's head. Sorry about that. What we found out is that it is nearly 4 tail swings to kill a Croc. So because of the fact that the Stego's tail swing is doing 1,200 damage, with the headshot multiplier of 1.5, it's doing 1,400 damage, which then you take 8,000 health, leaves you with a very, very small amount of health. So you're going to have to waste another swing to kill that Croc. Yeah. With the Croc, it takes 7 headshots to kill the Stego. So you are doing 5 to 4. Even if the Stego attacks forwards, it will get you. However, as the Stego turns, when it does this tail swing, you're going to be constantly turning with the Stego as well. And I will be moving through the video as I talk about things. So I'll be talking about things in a weird order to what you're seeing. The beginning of the video is very, very slow because we are just testing damage numbers, really. And also waiting for the bleed to go down to see what the bleed value is. The bleed doesn't matter too much. We also found if you attack the Stego head on in the head, when it does that little shudder forward, the next bite will actually hit its neck. You have to be patient, because if you bite the neck, this increases from 7 hits to kill to like 9, 10 hits to kill. In which case, the Stego will kill your ass. So there you go. We then did some tests in trying to see if I can turn around the Stego properly, but as the Deino is so bulky, it doesn't work properly. We eventually find a better way to do this when lunging out of water, which is that you want to place yourself kind of in the Stego's legs, such that the tail swings are hitting your body, which gives you a bit of extra time. The issue is, you're also more likely to hit the Stego's body, so with some careful control, you can actually hit the head. So I'm going to let the video play out a little bit more. So the beginning part of this video is the uninteresting part. The later part, I'm trying to figure out exactly when it is. Yeah, it's 2 minutes something. About like a minute, 2 minutes into the video is when you really want to like pay attention. So you know when I'm talking about. In which we looked at the Stego fight at the edge of water. Of course, the Stego can just run away. We're assuming that the Stego doesn't have the brain capacity to know that it can run away from this fight. So we looked at the lunge damage for a Stego, which brings the Stego down to about 89% health, or 83. It's something like that. It's like 17 damage. And you see on this fight on land that I am trying to place myself into the Stego's body, so I can keep. Sorry. I'm trying to place myself in the Stego's body so I can keep hitting it. However, of course, we're hitting body shots, and so it's not as good. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit more in the video. Which we did this test again, just to see if it's possible on land. This time with the Stego moving forward. And as you can see, it's much harder when the Stego is moving forwards, because it just kills you instantly. This kind of proved, at least to me, that you cannot fight Stegos on land like that. So instead, we moved towards crossing rivers. Aha, like I've been saying. We found out that a solo Croc cannot kill the Stego crossing the river, nor can it body block the Stego and bite it. However, one Croc can body block a Stego in the water if it places it properly. However, the Stego has got a counter to this, which is where it's if it moves A and D through the water, it will actually move its hitbox enough such that it can go through you. And so we just kept testing this out. Obviously, the Deino dies a lot of times, but we were able to get the Stego very, very close. In the first test, in which we went from crossing to land, I got the Stego down to about 10-15% health. This only then starts to decrease as we get better and better at this, to about 5% and nearly a kill. Then we test the body blocking, whether or not we can do it, and it's unreliable, but it can be done. Which means if you have 2 Crocs, you can body block the Stego when it's crossing to get shit tons of body hits. Then when it gets close to land, the first Deino that is body blocking can then stop body blocking and going for headshots, which will then kill the Stego. You can kill a Stego very, very effectively with 2 Crocs when it's crossing water. If you want to know why Stegos will cross water, it is because of marigold placements. Stegos want to go for the Hex diet because it is the strongest diet in the game right now. So if you have a large group of Stegos, they will eventually run out of Marigold on one side and will have to cross. And as you can see in the video clip as well, when the Stego uses this A&D, it actually phases straight through the Croc. This is because the places where collision works in the game works off of a bean. And this bean is actually the human model. It's the bean that they use for human models. So in the hips of the dinosaurs, it's basically a mini collision for a human being. And that's how it works. So that's pretty interesting to know that we found this out through some tests. We then kept doing tests with crossing the river. We did it during the safest point to cross in Center River, where it is the shortest gap, to see if we could do it. And we could get very, very close. So we wait for the Stegos to get halfway through. We're trying to aim for the heads. Then we end up on land before the Stego. This allows us time to actually try and get into a position to fight a bit better. And we also tried this with the Stego moving forward as well. In which case, this is where we started getting the Stego to about 5% health. But you do die, but you get to 5% health, which is pretty important. This kind of proves, effectively, the takeaway from this video, effectively, is that the fight is not in your favor at all with the Stego, except when the Stego is crossing, which is when you want to kill. 2 coordinated Crocs can kill any Stego player when it is crossing a river, even during the shortest crossing in Center River. This is very, very important to note, especially as it seems from the gateway footage that we have seen from other YouTubers. The rivers in Gateway seem to be a bit wider in certain places. There seems to be quite a few very, very wide rivers. This is fantastic for Croc. This is likely due to the fact that the devs know that when they start adding dinosaurs like Trike and Rex, if these dinosaurs cross the river at a similar speed to the Stego, you are never going to have the amount of damage to kill them. Especially for Rex, as the Rex can be biting while this is happening. So you can't properly get headshots, as you will both be taking shitloads of damage. So effectively, what is likely going to happen is that you're going to want to be hitting the Rex's body from behind. If the rivers are as narrow as they are in Isla Spiro, you are not going to have time to kill the Rex by body shots like this. We've ran the numbers, it's not possible, even with 2. So you're going to have wider rivers. And this is likely why we're going to see wider rivers in Gateway. You can actually learn a lot about how the devs think and believe certain dinosaurs should be playing in an optimal setting based on the map. You can actually learn a lot about this. If you guys are interested to see my opinions about the map and how it leads into gameplay, let me know and I can make a video about this. Ha ha ha. So yeah, that's about all really. This video is just basically to stroke my ego and effectively show that you need to wait for Stegos to cross the river. So yeah, hope this helps you and it stops Crocs being a bit silly. That's about all. So yeah, good luck out there. Goodbye. Have fun with your dino game, I guess. Or, I don't know, go do something else like touch grass or get a girlfriend or boyfriend or, I don't know, say hi to your parents. I don't know. Fuck off.